Punk, the Bucks, Tony Khan, they might all be elite wrestling, but they're not elite professionals. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Who exactly is to blame for the drama between CM Punk, the Elite, Omega, Adam Page, the Bucks, Tony Khan? Roll it all up into one big ball. It's a disaster. It's pathetic. But who is the one that is ultimately to blame for all this shit? That is what we want to know. That's what we're trying to find out. Put a poll up here asking who is to blame for the ongoing drama, the conditions in AEW between Punk and the Elite, and the results are in. After 256 votes, CM Punk is the winner. Might not necessarily be something you want to win, but CM Punk wins for being the person to blame, the man that is continuing this drama, the man that is making this shit happen. He got 45% of the vote. Second place, we had the Khan man, Tony Khan, with 27% of the vote. All three parties being equally to blame was 21% of the vote in third place, and the Elite got 7%. So people do not think the Elite is to blame. Who do I think is to blame personally? I do believe it's all three parties. Now, CM Punk, can he be a bit of a bitch? Yes. Can he be a little bit pathetic? Yes. Is he bitter? Definitely. Is he childish? Yes, of course. But that the Elite are pathetic. They believe that they run AEW. They're used to having their own way. They're used to controlling things. They're used to doing what they want to do and not face any repercussions. They know that Tony Khan isn't going to put them straight. The Elite essentially do run all Elite wrestling, and CM Punk wasn't having it. And I actually respect CM Punk for standing up for himself and not backing down against these guys. Now, apparently they did come to him with the whole fight in the locker room. The Elite came looking for Punk. He didn't go into their dressing room. They came looking for him. They were the aggressors, and it might have been the case they came out worse in the altercation, but they were the ones that attacked CM Punk. It looks like he was defending himself according to all the reports. So yeah, do I think CM Punk is this great guy? No. Do I like CM Punk as a person? Not really. But I do think it's kind of refreshing to see someone actually stick up for himself, actually stick up to the Elite, and not be afraid of any repercussions or not being of backlash that he might receive. We even seen him in that scrum, that press conference in front of Tony Khan. He buried the Elite, and he buried the entire company for 16 minutes straight. So this is a man that isn't afraid. This is a man that will speak his mind, and I do respect that about CM Punk, the fact that he will speak his mind, whether he's right or wrong. I like someone that is willing to say what they feel, and that's what you get with CM Punk. But who is to blame? I mean, it is all three. CM Punk and the Elite, they definitely have to accept their fault in the whole thing. Now, CM Punk has tried to work things out. He said he's willing to work with the Elite, and the Elite aren't working with him. So, who's really to blame here? CM Punk's trying to be the bigger man. He's trying to be professional. He's trying to put the past behind them in order to work together and make money, but the Elite don't want to do that. So while I think there's both a bit of blame from CM Punk and the Elite, there's definitely blame for Tony Khan as well. This guy is the owner, and the fact that he's allowed this to happen, the fact that he had to create a second show for CM Punk because they wouldn't work together is fucking embarrassing. I mean, it would be like McMahon creating SmackDown so that Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart didn't have to be on the same show. No, people hated each other in WWF, but McMahon, made it work. He wouldn't let two people destroy his company from within. He wouldn't let people dictate what happened, and that's exactly what Tony Khan does. And he's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the man in charge of this shit. Yet he is allowing essentially the Elite to pick and choose who they work with, pick and choose who appears on what shows, and it's pathetic. It is. So, while I believe that CM Punk and the Elite are to blame, I think Tony Khan, out of them all, is probably the most to blame. I blame all three, but for me, Tony Khan being the leader, he has to take the responsibility. The buck falls with the Khan man, or in this case, the Can't man. Anyway, there was 9 comments. Let's read them. Let's see what you guys think. We know that 45% you believe that CM Punk is to blame, but let's have a look and see what the comments say. So Michaela Hagan says, Jon Moxley said that he spent 10 years on the Indies, 8 years in WWE, but AEW is one of the most drama and bullshit places. If I was Tony Khan, I would just shut the whole thing down. It's probably a money pit, and all those never has-beens, never will be superstar wrestlers are all walking headaches. I mean, yeah, AEW is not making money. Let's be honest, they're losing money. They've been losing money every single year. It's not a profitable company, and that's not to say that it can't be one day, but I don't think it will be under Tony Khan. Especially with like some of the wages that people are getting paid. People that have never drawn a dime. It's like, it's fucking crazy that like the Young Bucks are getting paid more than like 95% of the WWE roster. I mean, that is sickening. The Young Bucks, who up until AEW never had any mainstream television exposure. They had like a stint in TNA. They were in TNA for like 4 weeks back in like 2011 or whatever. And that was it. That is their mainstream exposure. They are not big draws, yet they're being paid millions of pounds, essentially because they are kissing ass with the people in control of AEW. They've been made EVPs, and it's like, it's just a joke, you know. Why are the Young Bucks EVPs? And you've got actual people with experience in the company. People like Jim Ross, or, you know, or Jericho, or Jake the Snake, or Taz. People that actually would be qualified for that role, yet it's the Young Bucks that have never done anything. These guys have wrestled in the indies in front of 50 people with thumbtacks, and that makes them qualified to earn $3-4 million a year. That makes them qualified to be EVPs. What a fucking embarrassment that is. Gary Brown says, Tony Khan for allowing this to escalate the way it has, in my opinion. I agree, completely agree. While I think you definitely have to have blame for Punk and the Elite, without Tony Khan being a bitch and allowing this to happen, he could have shut this shit down. He really could have stopped it. You think McMahon would be allowing this crap to go on? Do you think any leader with a backbone, I mean, knowing that he's invested his money, knowing that it's his company on the line, do you think anybody would risk these two individual groups bringing it down and causing harm to his company? No, any self-respecting person would be like, fuck yous, either yous get along, or one of yous are going, or even better yet, both of yous are going, but Tony Khan is too afraid to do anything. Mr. Skullduggery says, Punk hasn't helped, but the problems were there from the start. Yeah, I agree. I think there was issues with Cody Rhodes and the Elite as well. Cody, I feel sorry for Cody, because Cody was kind of like the one that started AEW. He was the one behind it all. It was essentially him that got the ball rolling, and it does seem like they stole it from underneath him. So, yeah, it sucks that Cody Rhodes' vision for AEW wasn't really played out. iDog, LOL. The bias is strong with this poll. Nuke Tommy says, nah, you just can't handle the truth. iDog asks, which is, yeah, I mean, what is the truth? Are we all supposed to believe that CM Punk it's just CM Punk to blame? CM Punk on his own? I know CM Punk could probably cause an argument in an empty room, but come on. I think the Young Bucks, the Elite, Tony Khan, their hands ain't clean in this, let's be real. Hezekiel Thomas, 837, said, CM Punk and Tony Khan. Tiny needs to put his foot down and tell Punk what he expects of him, and Punk needs to get over himself. I'm not going to put it all only on Tony, because Punk is a grown man who ails the decision to act like this. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it's not all Tony Khan's fault, of course not. If CM Punk and the Elite weren't acting like bitches, then Tony Khan wouldn't have a decision to make. So the fact that Tony Khan has to do something probably tells you that people are causing drama in the first place. So I don't think it's all Tony Khan's fault, but he is the one responsible at the end of the day, so the majority of the blame does lie with him. That's undeniable in my opinion. Mr. Skullduggery says, Tony Khan, there's always been drama in AEW. Look at the women's division. Tony is the manager, but he wants to be everyone's friend and hide from drama, as he's a billionaire with no balls. Completely. A billionaire with no balls. I mean, that's probably a good life, though. Let's be honest. I'd rather be a billionaire with no balls than some skint broke person with no balls. Or, I mean, what would be even better would be if you were a billionaire with balls. Now, it's very strange. Most people that are rich and famous, most people have balls, most people have backbone, most people have that sort of like alpha male, dominance in life, that trait, but Tony Khan doesn't have that. Could it be because he never really created any of his own money? He never built anything. He wasn't responsible for his success. He basically inherited it from his dad. So I think that's why Tony Khan's a little bitch boy. Anyone can be lucky and be born into a rich family. So yeah, Tony Khan has money. He is a billionaire, but did he contribute to being a billionaire? Not really. Did he make himself a billionaire? Is he responsible? No, it's his dad's money essentially. So it is what it is. And Daniel DeLeo on 69 says Tony Khan. So, I mean, it seems to be pretty split between Tony Khan and Punk. Not many people are blaming the Elite. I agree with the 21% that's blaming all three parties. I think it is all three parties' faults. If I had to put the blame on someone solely, I would say Tony Khan. Although I can see why people are saying CM Punk. And I definitely don't think the Elite are innocent in all this. You know, they're not these innocent little babies that they pretend to be. I think the Elite are cunts, if we're being honest. But yeah, no, fuck the Elite. They suck. They absolutely suck. They can have their tiny tin pot wrestling company. It's not going anywhere anyway. So yeah, the Elite. There's nothing elite about the Elite. They should even change that name. I mean, how can they call themselves the Elite? They've achieved nothing in terms of the grand scheme of wrestling. Wrestling and indie shows, it doesn't do anything. It's not taking you to the heights. It's not elite level wrestling here, man. It's jobber wrestling. They should call themselves the Jobbers. The Job Squad. That'd be a good name for the Elite. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.